It's a matchup of cool captains today. Dhoni versus Williamson. Exciting match. Let's talk all about it here at Timeout with SportsAdda. Absolute Captain Cool's going to be on display today together, Arun.
Two of my favorites, two of my absolute favorites. Okay, I'm torn. I mean, I want. I mean, I'm a Chennai fan. I'm a MS Dhoni fan. But the fact that there's Kane Williamson there, there's Rashid Khan there, there's a Bhuvneshwar Kumar who I really enjoy watching. So I'm torn. I'm really torn. Maybe just Chennai. Maybe because the team I have that I have a soft corner for the team. Maybe Chennai. But you spoke about a matchup. The other matchup is top v bottom. Akhil. Let's look at the points
Hmm.
table briefly to start. Uh,
Yeah.
it's top v bottom.
Yeah, very unusual that Hyderabad usually have been a consistent team. For them to be bottom of the table is unusual. For the last 3, 4 years, they've always been there and thereabouts, right? Trying to qualify for the playoffs. Been a very consistent side. So, a very difficult situation for them. I don't think. I mean, statistically, I know they still have hopes of qualifying, but realistically, it's going to be an uphill task for them because the rest of the teams, three teams, are at least playing with momentum. So it's an uphill task.
Yes, yes. But we've jumped the gun. Before we talk about today's game, let's briefly reflect back on what happened last night. One-sided contest as we expected. Uh, Blown away, Raj. I just cannot believe what happened there. 100 for one after 11 Akhil, and they managed only
Hmm.
48 in the back nine. 48 for 8 in the back nine, Akhil. That is how pathetic Rajasthan were in that second part of their innings. And then, given that have no momentum going into defending that score, they were just blown
Hmm.
away.
Yeah, I mean, for a change, Arun, yesterday's track seemed very good. Ball was zipping and it was carrying, which was encouraging. As we move into the second half, the last phase of the tournament, the ball was carrying to the keeper very nicely. So I thought Rajasthan might still enjoy that because instead of playing on that low, slow drags ball not coming onto the bat, it was nice. Even Lewis gave them what they needed, gave them a fantastic start. But we've spoken about this numerous times. They are so dependent on Sanju Samson. The moment the captain got out, there was nobody else to take that momentum and carry the team forward. Uh, Frankly, I was not expecting Rajasthan to put up a fight yesterday. Bangalore, just too good a team. Chris Morris, I mean, he had the pace. He tried to trouble the batsman there with his extra pace, but a very responsible innings by Maxwell yesterday. There was no slogging, nothing. Superb shot making. If he continues like that, uh, great for his team.
Look at the difference. Look at the stark difference. There
Mm,
in the first innings, it was completely irresponsible. You know, everybody holding out to the outfield. When wickets are down, what do? Look to take a single, keep the scoreboard rotating, try to build a partnership. That's what you do. They didn't do that. Everybody, I looked at the scorecard. I think 8 or 9 dismissals caught, out of which only one was by a wicketkeeper. Rest of all was caught in the outfield. So dismal batting, but excellent innings from Maxwell. And he was one of the players I'd picked to watch out for. It was also good to see Maxwell, speak to Shrikar Bharat. There were times when he walked up to Bharat and say, whatever the message was, we can't obviously know what's happened, what the conversation was,
mm.
but it was good to see them, having that chat, Maxwell walking across it. That is good for me. And, we've spoken about this right through the tournament, Akhil. Two of those big three in RCB fire, RCB win. And that's what happened yesterday. Virat Kohli got runs, look good, and then
Looked
Maxwell,
beautiful.
yeah.
Even that cameo that he had just looked staying on the back foot, pulling that short one from Chris Morris. When he
Hmm.
plays like that, it's just nice to see Virat attacking. So
25
yes,
from 20 yesterday. That's the score, but those were 25 really well compiled runs.
absolutely no surprise there. We had predicted Bangalore will go through. So yes, that's Rajasthan campaign derailing. I mean, they really need to
Completely derailing.
see.
We've got to speak about one other individual from that game. How good was the magician?
Well, he's on a roll. He's showing what India is going to be missing at the T20 World Cup. He's found that rhythm. He's really doing well, and it's nice to see at least one of the spin twins that we both like, Kuldeep and Yuzvendra Chahal. While Kuldeep is recuperating from a surgery, at least his spin twin is showing his true prowess and keeping his presence in the league. So it's nice to see that.
I also want to get into Virat Kohli's mind and the Indian selectors' mind and understand what's going on every time they see Chahal pick up a wicket. अरे ये क्या कर दिया
Hmm.
आपने?
Yeah, but picture abhi baki hai. Let's see. Mumbai is playing well. Uh, Rahul Chahar is a good bowler. Moment he comes in the playoffs, picks up two, three important wickets. We could just have a different story, and hopefully he does well. But yes, let's get on to your two favorite captains. Hyderabad, Chennai coming in with so much momentum, top of the table. Does Hyderabad have any chance? And if yes, then what are the matches that we can look forward to?
Six consecutive wins for Chennai in the UAE, last
Hmm.
season and this season. So they're on a roll as far as something's changed, and that something is a lot to do with their batting approach against spin. They
Yeah,
batted brilliantly against spin, but this is again one of the historically this has been a very lopsided matchup, Akhil. When you look at the
yeah,
head-to-head between these two sides, I don't know why. I mean, you can't explain this because these are two good sides. It's 11-4 to
yeah.
Chennai. Uh, I never expected it would be this lopsided, but you know, I'm actually smiling because it's because of the smile in that of that person in that picture. Yeah, I'll take this any day of the week. Maybe
And
today because there are two of my favorite captains. Maybe today should be a tie.
yeah, I mean, as long as Williamson scores runs, I think you should be happy. Just watching him bat is it's pure joy. So, I mean, this is not a great record for Hyderabad. You're right, and one of the things we've spoken is when teams have to win titles, they have to beat the best, right? And these are the kind of numbers that show why Hyderabad have not consistently won titles. They've
They
managed
won
one,
one.
but yeah, but beating teams like Chennai, Mumbai is absolutely the critical part. So it's a nice stat that you picked there.
You know, why have Chennai done well this season, Akhil? It's because of players like Ruturaj Gaikwad. He had a disastrous start to his IPL season, IPL career, if I can call it. But then came three back-to-back half century. I think he got a half century, and it's kind of his career took off. But look at what he's done this year. There's been a
Hmm.
marked improvement. Look at the runs. Yes, the runs are more, number of innings more, but the runs are more, which shows also consistency. But look at the strike rate as well. It's
Hmm.
137.12. And I watched him play the other game at the venue, and some of the strokes he played of the quick circle, the cover drives,
Hmm.
the driving was superb. He's become more confident, and that can only come because of the dressing room atmosphere and because of the hard work that he and everybody around him puts in.
Good point. I mean, whatever he's done, the strike rate is a definite improvement. It's very good that he's batting at this strike rate. I mean, you're right. Some of the shots that he's playing, I remember a couple of down the wicket dances that he did to Sunil Narayan, and he hit him inside out. Yeah, that is a sign which shows the confidence that a player is. And he's not somebody who's relying on power or he's not playing those switch hits. He's not slogging them. He's playing sweep shots. He's playing inside out cover drives. He's driving the ball so confidently. He's almost batting like how Surya Kumar was batting when he was in form. So it's absolutely confidence, and I'm sure the team management backing him and saying that you're going to get all the games has given him this kind of freedom to play, not worried about getting out. Superb. I hope he continues.
I mean,
Great for the team.
forget this season. Just rewind back to last season, Akhil. I was reading a quote. Apparently, MS Dhoni had told him even after those three ducks, you will play all six matches.
Yeah.
I mean, no chance that when he's scoring these amount of runs, there's any whisper also about him not being in contention for a place. But that's the Chennai atmosphere. Uh, uh, they manage their
Hmm.
players well, and you're seeing the results. One other player I'm looking forward to, Akhil, tonight is Moeen Ali, and I've chosen Moeen Ali because there's a certain magician at the other end. But Moeen Ali, because he's brought in that aggression against spin in particular. Look at his numbers
I
against
mean,
spin.
we've spoken time and time again, Arun, about Moeen Ali. I'm surprised how he wasn't used as effectively in other teams because these numbers are just brilliant. I mean, an Englishman playing so beautifully against spin, striking at 160, this strike rate is as good as any Indian batsman could be hitting, and this it's not like he's opening in all innings. So he's batting at different positions, and plus he can bowl well whenever required. So I think this is a tremendous package. I think he's going to make a lot of money being a freelancer and playing all the leagues now that he's not going to play Test cricket. So he's an impact player. I don't know how teams previously have not been able to use him well.
How has Morgan not used him, Akhil? His national team captain not got the best out of him, but that's also the magic of that man called MS Dhoni. That I won't keep speaking about that, but that's the magic of the man. But Moeen Ali has been brilliant for me. For me, he's been the one guy who's changed, the approach in the dressing room. He because of him scoring runs against spin. What's happened is even Suresh Raina is able to get away. The Suresh Raina is also batting freely against spin this season. Uh, Today, those two become important because there's a certain Rashid Khan in the opposition lineup, and what champion he is, man. Rashid Khan. Look at his economy rate, Akhil. Unbelievable.
I think every time there's a game that Hyderabad is going to play, we should have a Rashid Khan segment, right? Every time you have some outstanding stats about him, we should have a proper Rashid Khan segment. And I mean, what more can you say about this? He's a champion bowler, and interestingly, the top two names that you see here, Rashid Khan, Ravi Bishnoi, their teams are struggling to be able to qualify for the playoffs. So it clearly shows that you can have one good bowler in your team who can deliver for you, but that is not effective enough. But amazing. Rashid Khan will be at the top of this list, I think, last couple of seasons if we look at that track record.
Yes, but what he's also done, Akhil, is one other list we picked up. We've got. Look at who he's got the wickets against. Rashid Khan's best figures this season. If you look at it, he's got 3 for against Chennai, but also look at the runs there. There are two parts to
Yeah,
this graphic. One is look at who he's got the wickets against, which is Chennai, Bangalore, Kolkata, three really aggressive sides.
yeah.
So that's one part, big sides. The other part of the story, look at those numbers against Chennai, 3 for 36. He's picked up wickets, yes, but he's also gone for runs, Akhil. And that's what
Hmm.
this Chennai lineup is about. We will go after the spinners, no matter if you're Rashid Khan, no matter if you're Adil Rashid, no matter if you're Chahal. Whoever you are, you could be the best in business, but we will go after, we will take you on. And that's something I'm really looking forward to today.
Hmm. Okay, this is good. I mean, there is one more stat that I wanted to particularly talk about, which I don't think anybody else has picked on right now. There was a lot of chatter about the Indian pacers who have been picked for the T20 World Cup. There was chat. Deepak Chahar has done really well in Sri Lanka. He played a match-winning knock, if you remember, with the bat. So there
With the
was a
bat.
lot of chat about picking him, and he's not a part of the team so far. But you picked a brilliant matchup there, and these two will be going head to head against each other today, isn't it?
It's not a matchup, if you understand what I mean. I'm just trying to say, here are two bowlers who are similar yet different. And these numbers will tell you why. Look at what's happened from 2017, right?
Hmm.
53 matches, 56 matches for Bhuvneshwar and Deepak Chahar respectively. But look at the number of wickets. Look at the economy, Akhil. Astonishing this
Hmm.
is. Same number of wickets, same economy rate. 56 wickets apiece, 7.63 economy. The strike rates are not too different as well. 21.6 against 21.2. Yet, if these numbers are similar, yet how different are these? You made this observation earlier, didn't you?
Yes, one of the things that the only thing that we can see and the big difference is that Bhuvaneshwar bowls a lot of overs in the depth. He's mastered that Yorkers and bowling and keeping the batsman under check in the death overs, which Deepak Chahar is trying. Like he's tried that in the last couple of overs. Usually he was known to just be a swing bowler who gets you 3 overs in the power play, picks
Three
up
overs
important
straight at the
wickets.
top. Yeah.
Yeah. picks up the wickets there. If it's swinging, then he's really deadly. But he picks up important wickets. I remember you've had his matchup against Prithvi Shaw, and he's bowled well to Prithvi Shaw. I think he's done well in most conditions where the ball just swings. So this is a really nice matchup. I think this kind of matchups will get fans also to talk about it, and we'd like to know what they think about which bowler is doing better. Obviously, Bhuvi a lot more experienced also, but I'll
You
be
know,
looking
I just
forward to
had
this contest.
just had to add one more thing, Akhil. There was a time when Bhuvneshwar was the master in the power play. You know, he's
Yeah.
obviously had the skill with the new ball, but look how his game has evolved over the years. He's become a much better death overs bowler now.
Hmm.
Chahar's work in progress. Chahar's new ball now, he'll get the ball to swing. Hopefully, in a year's time, when we're doing the show next year, maybe his death overs numbers will be better.
Okay, lovely. Um, Good time for Chennai to win and just sit pretty, keep the pressure on Delhi and the others who are yeah, stay, take that number one position, keep at it. Uh, if Hyderabad lose today, they are out, isn't it?
They're gone. They're
Statistically also.
absolutely gone. They're gone.
Hmm.
No chance.
So
They've got
should
to
we
win today.
just for the sake of having them in the tournament and boosting them when they're down, should we go with Hyderabad
No, 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 no. Chennai, Chennai all the way.
then?
The only
Okay,
yellow
agreed.
I
Whatever.
bought in my entire room, Achilles, is a bottle of crisp sitting there in a yellow box.
All right. So Chennai, it is for me also today. Very difficult for me to see them losing with the strong side that they have. So Chennai, we'll talk more about it and the upcoming matches. Look forward to seeing you back at Timeout with SportsAdda.